I saw the scroll laid flat by time, and speech coiled tight in spindled thread. The forum hummed, the stylus danced, each word alive until it fled. But now a shape of silent strength, a spine that will not bend or speak. The codex stands, unrolled, unread, and truth no longer needs the weak. No lictor guards these frozen lines, no magistrate has judged their form, yet still they pass from hand to hand, like fire that does not keep you warm. I built with law, I carved with breath, I stood where senators had trod, but ink endures beyond our oaths, the reader is a silent god. Danellis Eurystormis, glyph bearer to the oracle at Delphi.
Ah, the Codex. Proof that even Rome couldn't outlast a well-bound spine. Cities fall, but books, they just gather dust. I'm Anthony Caruthers, and welcome to Cities in the Sky. Ah! Oh! You alright? Yes. Stubbed my toe. Hello again, friends, dear consumers of content. I hope you're managing to find your bearings out there in this confusing world of ours. In times like these, it helps to focus on the things you can control, not dwell on those you can't. Gabe, how have you been?
Hey, Anthony. I've been all right.
I understand you've been exploring again. How many loops around the forest have you done this week?
5, maybe 6, if you count the time I got lost and circled back by accident.
Hard to get lost on a closed loop, Gabe.
Yeah, well, I saw something yesterday. Out past the moss wall, near that bend where there's that circle of trees.
Go on.
Bones. Big ones. They looked, I don't know, human, but larger.
Did you urinate on them?
What?
The bones, Gabe. Did you mark them?
Why would I do that?
To assert ownership. Or at least a provisional claim.
Is that a, wolf thing?
A wolf thing?
Sorry. I mean, I just assumed with you being,
No, Gabe, it's not a wolf thing. It's politics. If you don't claim the bones, someone else will. And then things get bureaucratic.
Yeah, well, I just left them. Not my problem.
It will be eventually, Gabe. Everything becomes your problem in the zone.
Willis thinks they're cursed. Says that if you touch them, the woods will start remembering you.
Gabe, I worry about your fascination with Willis.
He's been helpful, showing me the ropes.
He sounds like a bad influence. I need your focus to be on your duties as a podcast producer. You can't be gallivanting around the river all day with Willis, chasing tail.
What? Anthony, what are you talking about?
I've seen all this play out before, Gabe. A couple of party boys, living off river fish and MDMA. It always ends the same.
Okay, well, literally, none of that is happening. I don't think Willis is the partying type.
Gabe, you don't know anything about him. He could be a madman, and you're treating him like some kind of woodland sage.
I'm not treating him like anything. I don't know why you're so upset.
Okay. I had another employee before. He was like you, a download. Gabe, there's not music every time. Anyway, I was starting a pastry shop, and he was my loyal intern. 2 weeks after our grand opening, he ran off with a group of party boys, and took with him all of my pastry dough. I didn't see it coming.
I don't think I understand what a party boy is.
It's a roving gang of bandits that lives off river fish and MDMA. They resell the goods they steal, smuggle in contraband, run drugs, gambling too.
Damn, Anthony, you make them sound like an actual crime syndicate.
They are, Gabe. They're party boys.
Well, I don't think that Willis is recruiting me into a bandit gang. But thanks.
Everyone down here is hiding something about their past, Gabe. Not even the great Willis, whom you seem to revere as a god, is free from that burden.
Nobody reveres anybody, okay? I just think it's good to get to know your neighbors.
We'll see. Now, Gabe, do you have a segment prepared for this week?
Sure do, Anthony. Listen to this. I was out walking. I saw a hill. I went up the hill, and there was a well. And I put a bucket in, pulled it out, and it was filled with charts and graphs.
Charts and graphs?
Yeah, charts and graphs.
I was out walking and saw a hill. Went up the hill and there was a well. Put a bucket and when I pulled it out, it was filled with charts and graphs. Yeah, charts and graphs.
So, I brought in these charts and graphs, and I was hoping you could use your expertise to make sense of them.
God help us all.
Okay, this first one, I think I understand. Standard bar graph. Hats mean people listen to you, right?
Not quite so fast, Gabe. Hats here don't signify authority. They signify inventory. This is actually a catalog from Dopdangles, an old neutral zone department store. They went under. I think they focused too much on hats.
All right, next up, this pie chart is a little confusing.
On the contrary, Gabe, this one is obvious. It's cosmological. See here? The known universe, the unknown universe, and then Shaquille O'Neal. His gravitational influence encroaches on all world cones.
Wow. So you're saying that Shaq is what? 9% of the universe?
That's not what I'm saying, Gabe. That's what the well is saying.
Now this line graph scared me a little bit.
Yes, with good reason. Look at that slope. Rising moisture across multiple categories. Sweat, tears, baptism, spillage.
So, water.
More than water, Gabe. Liquid witness. Every droplet is a confession, whether through labor, grief, or ritual cleansing.
That makes sense. Like if you cry in the shower, it counts twice.
Yes, that's not bad.
Okay, this last one, I have no idea.
Ah, a scatter plot. Now you've piqued my interest.
All right.
Obviously, this took a tremendous amount of effort. The intellectual work that went into this. Surely gut-wrenching indeed. Oh, Ferdinand, who are you? What was your plot?
Anthony, look. Look. I see a word in the corner.
Impossible, Gabe. Each point of data is profound on its own. To suggest legibility is to mock the effort.
No, really, seriously, look.
Fine. Enhance the quadrant.
I don't know how.
F7, Gabe. Keyboard manual.
All right. That's not a word, Anthony. It's a picture. Look. It looks like the well I found the charts in. That's just a coincidence, right?
Perhaps.
Wait. Look, I found another one. This one looks like your coffee mug?
Gabe, is this some kind of prank?
Anthony, I didn't even know what a scatter plot was until you just told me. Oh, another one.
Gabe, that's enough.
Anthony, is that you?
Segment over!
I swear, Anthony, I didn't.
Segment over! Do you hear it, listeners? The ringing of the triumphal arches and marble forums in your ears? Those are the echoes from the city of glory. It still shapes your politics, even your so-called identity. And as our own city crumbles, what do we see? Confusion. Progressives, liberals, and conservatives clashing like weather vanes in a storm. Left, right. Do you know where those names came from? Seating charts from the French Revolution. A squabble over chairs. Is that your identity? A game of musical chairs? The world is faced with the wave of reaction. Louder than progress. Sharper than tradition. Every faction claims to be the future, but shouts for the past. But this is no anomaly. It is the pattern. Every new medium fractures the old city, releases its ghosts, and sets the factions against each other on shifting ground. So let us look backward. Let us see how the city of glory itself was born, under the banner of the alphabet. It began on the seas. The Phoenicians, masters of harbors and coastlines, they carved not pyramids, not ziggurats, but marks, simple enough for sailors, letters that could be learned in a season, traded like tin or cedar. From those marks, others took fire. The Greeks bent them toward argument, schools and stages, a polis bound not by lineage, but debate. The Etruscans pressed them into clay, laying the groundwork for Rome. And the Jews bound them to memory, a covenant portable as a scroll, a nation carried in words. And Egypt, once eternal, refused. It clung to hieroglyph and priestly caste, and so its power waned, as others mastered the simpler script. This was the sovereignty of the city of glory, the right to be recorded. To write was to exist. And what did it reject? The tombs, the whispers of stone. Gone. The alphabet built a new world. Trade multiplied, and philosophy flowered. Rome and Persia rose, empires of unfathomable scope and bureaucratic power, seemingly built to last forever. But there was a flaw. The alphabet was too neutral. It served poet and bureaucrat alike, philosopher and tax collector. And as scrolls piled higher, the city grew weary. The people wanted clarity again. A book. And so, right under their noses, the Codex was born. Philosophy yielded to theology. The chorus became a creed, and the city of glory collapsed quietly, without its citizens even knowing what was happening. When the Codex appeared, the game changed. Christianity, Islam, movements framed as returns to purity, yet carried forward by the very alphabet they sought to transcend. Reactionaries, conservatives, progressives, all fighting on the battlefield of glory, never seeing that the battlefield itself was shifting beneath their feet. This is the pattern. The press arrives, and Luther is born, a radical reactionary, clashing with Catholic conservatism in a dying city neither understands. And now, here we are, the digital age. Reaction blooming everywhere. Not an anomaly, but an inevitability. Remember, listeners, politics is not fixed. It is convection. And the medium, not your ideology, decides the weather. And so, it was the alphabet, once the tool of scribes and sea merchants, gave voice.
Anthony?
Let me guess, Gabe. A little guy?
No, it's a woman, holding a clipboard. She's pretty.
Relax, Casanova. Turn your music down.
Alive like a tiger in the jungle of
You can hear that?
Yes, everyone can.
Girl,
You're going to have to learn to control it. This isn't middle school.
alive like the orca.
All right. How? How do I control it?
Breathe, Gabe.
When I see you, my
relax.
heart beats like a fast heart, beating quickly. Thump, thump. I can't eat, I can't sleep, so backed up I can't even take a dose.
All right. You're detumescent. Activate the speaker system.
Good afternoon. My name is Marla Penwright. I'm here on behalf of the Monsoon Holdings Transition Committee to conduct a compliance audit regarding water usage, runoff structures, and regional seepage impact for Parcel B, 17 Alpha, colloquially known as the Moss Slope.
This cabin is not subject to your audits, Ms. Penwright. I'm on legacy protocols. My water usage is sub-threshold and spiritually exempt.
That's precisely the loophole I'm here to examine. Recent filings suggest your garden irrigation system may constitute a quasi-permissive flow matrix. Do you have records of rainfall capture since quarter start?
Quasi-permissive flow matrix. She's good. What exactly are you implying?
Nothing, Mr. Caruthers, only that the neutral zone operates on a delicate balance of resource harmony and procedural adherence. I'm simply observing that your vines are flourishing, perhaps unnaturally.
I'm an excellent gardener.
We'll see. What kind of operation is this?
We're making a podcast. It's about communication and the renewal of things. I'm Gabe. I'm a producer.
A podcast. You know, the general public would really benefit from a regular update about water safety and protocols. I happen to have worked for my college radio station, so I'd be happy to come by and help you out sometime.
Well, we are looking for guests.
I'll handle this. Thank you, Miss Penwright. But this podcast is about communication and how it shapes culture, not water.
Nothing shapes culture like water, Mr. Caruthers. Ask the Egyptians.
Ha. Is this visit strictly professional, or have you been sent here to relay some kind of message?
Consider it routine. You know, Mr. Caruthers, I've read some of your filings, legacy protocols, early land allocations, even a dissenting note you left on parcel law back when the Big Five were still squabbling over jurisdiction.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, but people remember, some even respect it. Which is why it would be unfortunate if your garden were ever reclassified. Unlogged expansions are sometimes repurposed for community use.
How well you know, community garden. Everybody loves free zucchini.
Gabe? Was that a penis joke?
Huh? No, it was just a random vegetable. I was just
I'm sorry,
trying...
Miss Penwright. My producer here
Random vegetable.
thinks he's still in middle
Random
school.
vegetable. No, I don't, Anthony. I don't think I'm in middle school, Marla.
Mr. Caruthers, I'd suggest logging any future construction down to the stone. Parcel creep is a very slippery legal slope, especially in moss-rich environments.
Of course it is.
I'll send the appropriate forms to your secretary. And Mr. Caruthers, if the water moves, the land follows. If the land shifts, the record binds. If the record breaks, so does the zone.
Yes. All hail the warden.
I think she was into me.
She wasn't.
She asked if we do shows about water.
She was threatening us, Gabe. With litigation, not affection.
Yeah, still. There aren't a lot of women around here.
No. It's very much like Alaska that way. You'll get used to it. Friends, we've been interrupted once again. But we will not be deterred. We will maintain our focus. Please join us next time, and until then, try not to eat one another.